Okay, it's not letting me go live because something is not connecting and I don't know how to fix it. It's not letting me fix it. Okay, remove. Okay. All right. Hello and welcome to the Kingdompreneur Moment Live Show. My name is Doreen Letson Reed. It is an true honor to be here with you today. It is such an amazing opportunity for this time in history. We're still celebrating Women's History Month, and it is just an honor to come with you today. My name is Doreen Letson Reed, faith-based business coach, trainer, speaker, author, live show host, radio show host, and founder of Divine Connection Network Association. So I thank you so much for joining. Go ahead and like and share. You don't want to miss today's show. We have some amazing guests that I'm going to bring to the screen to share some amazing tips with you. Go ahead and get your pencils, your paper, and you want to really sit down. We have a guru in the house that's going to educate and give us some tips on how to actually make money as women in business, and also as how to improve ourselves even in the career space so that we can make the same money as our counterparts. So none other than Shay Brown is here, none other than LaDonna Marie is here, and I'm going to bring them out shortly. But I do want to talk with you a little bit before they come out and just present to you some information about Divine Connection Network Association, because Divine Connection Network Association powers this broadcast. This Divine Connection Network Association powers this broadcast. I'm going to share with you my screen, and let's see if it's going to let me share the screen. Let's see, here it is. All right, I'm in business here. Okay, so if this is your first time watching the Kingdompreneur Moment Live Show, I want you to understand that it's powered by Divine Connection Network Association. Take a moment, unlock what's inside you. It's a divine connection. This is a platform for current and future female kingdompreneurs to join together to enlarge God's territory in the marketplace while enlarging your reach, your influence, and profit margin. So you will receive a lot of faith-based coaching here on this platform, training, networking, and promotional opportunities. And as I said, we have amazing guests today that I'm going to go ahead and bring on the screen now so that you can be introduced to them. And here they are. All right. We have Miss LaDonna Marie, and we are so privileged to have, of course, none other than her being the international author, the international speaker. You just around the world. So it's amazing to have you here. And of course, we have Shay Brown, none other than the guru himself. He's going to give us some amazing tips on how to better ourselves as entrepreneurs and really how to actually make money. And guess what, y'all? Miss Evangeline is already here saying good morning. She has her paper, her pen. She's ready to receive from LaDonna. She's ready to receive from Shay Brown, and she's ready to receive from me, Doreen Letson Reed. So without further ado, today is a very interesting topic. As we were talking behind the scenes, this really just dropped in my heart because we as women business owners, we are kingdompreneurs. We are positioning ourselves in the marketplace for the glory of God. But it takes money to build the kingdom of God. It's not free. To build in the kingdom of God, and LaDonna can attest to this because she's been around the world. Shay has been around the world. And so we can always understand that we have to position ourselves and we have to be able to make a profit for what we're doing. And so yesterday, literally yesterday on the news, women was acknowledged that we're not making the same money as men. We're not making the same money in our marketplace, which is our businesses, and we're not definitely not making the money that we want to make if you're still in a career of 9 to 5, working your secular position. You're trying to climb the corporate ladder and you're facing all of these obstacles. So I have asked, and Shay, you were the first man on my show this year. I want you to understand this is truly a divine connection. You're literally the first man that's gonna come to us from a man's point of view, because we as confident women sometimes we can just be taken back by that fact that we're not making the same amount of money. We're doing more work. Come on now, we're doing more work, and we're constantly doing more work, but we're not making the same amount of money. And so, without further ado, I want you, Shai, to just go ahead and break this down for us with some tips on what we can do to position ourselves in the marketplace to make the money we need to make.
Well, it's a great day. As she said, my name is Shay Brown, and it is an honor and a privilege, a treat and a treasure to be here with you. Thanks so much for having me on the Kingdompreneur Moments live show. Hello, everyone out there. Thanks so much for being here, and shout out to you, Doreen, for having this vision, and you, LaDonna, for being a part of this vision as well. One of the things I love about seeing you both work together is just this one principle. You talk about how can we make more money? Like, how can we get paid what we're worth? How can we do more together? Let me just share one idea before I answer the question. One idea. And you all out there, as you're watching, you can jot this down in your notes. Success is a team sport. You can only get so far by yourself. Let me say that a little differently. You're looking right now at Doreen, and you're looking at the one and only LaDonna, and they are a team working together. And working together, they can do so much more. Then that's not a new idea. But here's the question that I have to ask you. As you're looking to improve yourself, right? As you're looking to build maybe your communication skills, as you're looking to build maybe your team building skills, as you're looking to improve maybe your managerial skills or your technology skills, who's on your team to help you get there? Now, I get it. The question is all about how do we get paid what we're worth? And I don't have an easy answer for that. I wish I did, by the way. Wish I could throw out some fairy dust, because trust me, my mom, my grandma, and all of you women out there watching, y'all deserve that and 10 times more, because I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for mom and so many folks believing in me. And so the question is, what can we do together? What can we do together? So here's the first idea I'm going to suggest to you. Look at your team and look at how you can improve first. In order for things to change, it's been said that you've got to change. So there I was, by the way, talking to a good friend, and this is about 2 months ago. And the individual does a lot of stuff on the contract side. Now, it has nothing to do pretty much what they were going to be getting paid. It has more to do with the idea of one of my 12 rules of life. Now, I'm coming to make the point on how we can get paid more. And here's one of my 12 rules of life. I've got 12 rules, but here's one that you can benefit. It's 3 words. Jot these 3 words down in your notes. Collaboration crushes competition. Let me say that again. Collaboration crushes competition. So this person was bidding on some jobs. So they're an entrepreneur, but they also get some consulting gigs, if I can say it like that. And they do a lot of work in the government. And one of the questions that came up was negotiating the contract. And they weren't negotiating. They were saying, what should they bid their rate on? And at a time we were in now, and I'm not sure when you're going to see this broadcast, because you could be watching it now. You kind of got out of some vault somewhere. There's a lot going on in the world. And the person says, well, I don't want to overbid myself. Now, here's the key. The person's going to be on a team of other folks. So when I was talking to the person, they weren't asking me how to sell themselves. I said, have you talked to the person that's asking you to bid, to kind of find out where everyone else is? And here's the language pattern that you can use. Everyone jot this down. Talk about collaboration crushes competition. I said, when you speak to the person, let them know, look, I'm the best at what I do, but I am competitively priced. So I'm not the cheapest, and I'm not the average. So I'm above the average ranks. So my question to you is, what is the pay for the folks that are the best of the best? Now, you talk about collaboration crushes competition. She was going to the person, not the person making the decision, but the person that was submitting their paperwork to be part of the team on this project. So when you talk about how can we get paid more, how can we get paid what we're worth? One area I would say is, instead of competing in some circumstances, the best thing you can do is collaborate with someone else and ask better questions. I'm coming to you right now, Doreen. I'm coming back to you because I made 3 points already. One, success is a team sport. You can only get so far by yourself. Two, collaboration crushes competition. And the third one I'm going to mention, and this is what I shared with her that made a big difference. And we don't know yet. The outcome is still out there. She may not get the gig. We don't know. Okay. But here it is. One idea. I'm giving you one idea, and here it is. Powerful people ask powerful questions. Powerful people ask powerful questions. As a powerful woman, it's the question that you're asking. So at least she asked the question, hey, not what is everybody else being paid, but what is the rate for the folks that are the best of the best, that are in the above average category? Because I'm in that category. I mean, I'm coming out the gate. I'm not the cheapest. I'm not the average. I'm in the above average category. And that's a mindset. That's a question that you can ask. Powerful people ask powerful questions. Before we got started, Doreen and I was having a conversation. We were behind the scenes, and she was asking me a lot of questions, right to the point. Bam, Shay, this, bam, down, bam. And she's asking the question. I'm asking the question. Now, some of the answers she wanted, some of the answers she didn't want, but she was at least asking the question. Now, imagine if she never asked the question. So how does this relate to you as you're watching right now? Maybe you're at home. Maybe you're at the office. Maybe we're in your ears right now. Here it is. What questions can you ask to put yourself in a better position, not to say pay me more, not to say give me more, but to have the person thinking at least this is how they see themselves. And this is the position they're looking for. And this is the level they're playing at. So I'll turn it back over to you. Those are 3 ideas that I just start off with. Any one of those can change your life. One of my other 12 rules of life, and I'll turn it back over to you now in all seriousness, but one of my other 12 rules of life is one idea implemented. Jot this down in your notes. All you watching at home, put this in your notes right now. One good idea implemented is better than 1,000 ideas you know right now. Let me say it again. One good idea implemented is better than 1,000 ideas you know right now. So one thing I like about Kingdompreneur Moments live show is, yeah, they're already collaborating. Collaboration crushes competition. Right. Number 2, they're already here knowing success is a team sport. She's bringing folks onto her platform and not saying, oh, you can't come talk to any of my people. I got to hold them over here. She's opening up and saying there's enough for everyone. This is a resource platform to help empower you, to help inspire you, to give you the skill set you need to take it to a whole nother level. And then when you go to the next level, then you continue to ask for. You're already there. You're already there. You said, I want to get paid what I'm worth. I get it. But for some of you, we're starting here. We'll come back to other folks who are like, yes, you already know all that. But other folks, it's going to start with you.
Yeah.
Back over to you, Doreen and LaDonna.
Wow. All I can say is welcome to the Kingdompreneur Moment live show. I highly recommend that you share, connect, and grow with Shay Brown. Those nuggets to unlock what's inside us, the keys that he's given to literally in real time, giving us real solutions to unlock what's inside of us as current and future kingdompreneurs, because God has already placed us in the marketplace. We're here. Hello, we're here, right? We're not going anywhere. We don't care if you don't like us. We don't care if you don't want to try to banish us. We're not going anywhere because we work for the ultimate businessman and we have a work to do, and we're going to do what we're called to do. That's just done, right? But Shay is here giving us all of these keys, LaDonna. I mean, just really practical things. So what is your take on all of this, LaDonna?
So thank you first for allowing me to be on your show and be on this, just have this amazing opportunity, and also for Shay coming and dropping these nuggets, because I have my pen and pad over here writing. And before he even started speaking, the first word I had on mine was collaboration. Because I do believe in collaboration. This is honestly, some friends and I were having a discussion on Tuesday about this very thing, about women not getting paid what they're supposed to. And we were in our little group, we're saying, what can we do? And one of the things that we said was collaboration. making sure that we're able to put what we have together to get to the desired place that we want to be. And so, like you said, success, look, one of my notes, success is a team sport. And I love the fact that you've invited me onto your platform, and you will also be a part of my platform on Planting Positive Seeds podcast. And so, like you said, we're coming in here with a mindset that we all have a work to do. And even Jesus said to do business until I come. And so we're doing business in a way, and Shay's giving us some great nuggets to be able to ask those important questions. Because like you said, if we don't ask those questions, then we'll be forever in the unknown, and we won't get to the desired place that we know that we've been called to be. So this is great, and this has been amazing already.
So, Shay, help us understand, because I'm going there. This is my show, so I can say what I want.
Ask the question.
A lot of us as Christian business owners, especially women, because that's who I'm called to serve. I'm called to serve current and future female kingdompreneurs that want to position their business in the marketplace. So for many of us as women, we kind of shy back from asking questions. But the Bible tells us we have not because we ask not. And that's why I did the magazine article in Own It magazine just last month, the power of the ask. So, Shay, you mentioned that was a critical thing, and you know me, I'm going to ask questions because I'm trying to get to the answer, right? And that's what Shay was telling the audience about me. So how can we make sure that we're not just talking to be talking, but asking strategic, intentional questions to get the result that we're looking for that's going to make the money we need? How do we do that, Shay?
Well, there's two things, and I get where you're going. I grew up in a Pentecostal church. My mom was a bishop back in the 70s when it wasn't popular being a woman bishop in the 70s, okay? And in our Pentecostal church, there was only 38 members, and 25 of us were kids, and I was one of the kids there, okay? So I got to be behind the scenes and watching it grow and grow and grow and grow and do what it's doing now. And so when you talk about that, you come from that place of, must serve, and you've got to serve, and then you want to serve. And for some folks, there's that barrier between faith and money, right? And that's a whole separate conversation, because you could break it down to a number of individuals in the Bible, starting with Solomon, by the way, the wisest of them all, and how he got paid pretty freaking consistently, by the way, to build his wealth. They brought him money over and over again. But here's what we've got to do to answer your question. And this is what I really learned from Mother Dear, by the way. And it's a two-pronged approach as it relates to asking questions. There's two type of questions. Let's just have a teachable moment. So for all my entrepreneurs out there and all my leaders that are like, you know what, Shay, I just need something I can take away with. Like, I need something I can go do now, like right now. All right. So let me share what I learned from her. And then let me share what I shared with a client of mine who was going through the same thing. She's a minister in the church. She has her own coaching business. So she's a life business coach. And one of the challenges she had was asking for the money, and not really asking for it, but feeling good about it, right? Feeling good. But now it's different between asking, different between feeling, right? And they're there. And thoughts are things, and things can be changed. Put that in your notes. Thoughts are just things, and you can change your thoughts, right? And so I said, well, first of all, let's talk about the feeling side of it, and then we'll talk about how to ask. And so what I shared with her is I said, if you're feeling a certain way about asking for the money, then you're making the sale all about you, because it's not about you. That those are feelings. You are creating those emotions yourself. Now, I get it. There's a whole psychology behind feeling confident. There's a whole psychology behind what's happened for so many years in our life and things that happen in our background. And I get it. I've been there. I understand that. So I'm not making small talk of that. But in the time I have right now, what I am trying to tell you is that if you're finding yourself uncomfortable, you're finding yourself sweating, or you're finding yourself getting nervous or stuttering or just being uncomfortable, it's for two reasons. Let me say this really clearly. And this is going to help you, because I'm going to neurolinguistic sales. I'm going to the study of language patterns and how it impacts the sales process. That's a little advanced, but y'all been with us now for, 10 minutes or so you can hang out, right? So when you get there, there's two things going on. There's two reasons you're sweating. Number one is you're making the sale about you, or you're asking the money about you, and you're selling from your wallet, meaning, well, I wouldn't want them to ask me this, or I wouldn't feel comfortable. And it's not about you. It's about how can I help them solve a problem? how can I serve plus add value? I'm serving plus add value. And this is the value in exchange for the service that I bring, right? So that's one. But what I found the real reason is, and this is why we teach signature selling styles. This is why we teach folks how to sell like themselves, because most folks have a resistance to selling. Now, and you talk about asking. It doesn't matter if you're selling in business. It doesn't matter if you're selling, I don't know, at your job. And if you're like, Shay, I'm not even in sales. Let me just break this thing down for you in 2 minutes or less if I can. Number one, jot this in your notes so we can just break this whole myth about selling, that I hate selling, that selling is a sleazy car salesman with plaid pants on and a yellow shirt and a purple hat trying to get me to do something I don't want to do, trying to upgrade me to buy some car I don't even want or some computer I don't even want. They trying to get over on me, okay? I used to feel that way, and I don't like selling either. Right. But as an entrepreneur, I need the money. It's someone that goes to work every day, not me. But if you're going to work every day, you only go to work, and that's your number one employer. You don't sold them. It's because you want the money, right? That's the only. I mean, I'm sure you believe in what you believe in, but you're not doing it for free. Okay, so put this in your notes. It's made the biggest breakthrough for my clients, and here it is: selling equals service. Selling equals service. Selling equals service. Jot that down in your notes. I want you to tell yourself that 7 times a day for the next 7 days. Selling equals service. Selling equals service. Selling equals what? Service. And as you're thinking about that you can serve. So selling is about education. Put that down in your notes. Can you educate people? So I asked this person who's a financial planner who didn't see themselves in sales. Can you imagine not seeing yourself in sales and you're a freaking financial planner? A topic for another time. Or even an entrepreneur. And I said, well, okay, first, before I tell you that selling equals service, create a breakthrough for, I gave her this one analogy. And I said, look, if you don't want to sell, I get it. But you think about this. Preachers sell faith, I don't know, every single week. All right. Teachers, and we love our teachers. They sell an education every single day. Parents, I'm a parent. My kids are adults now, but we sell values every single day. So the question is, what's up with you? You're making the biggest sale to yourself every single day. Either you can or you can't. That's a sale that gets started just with you. So you're already selling. So selling really is about 3 things. Jot these 3 things down your notes. Selling is about education. This is how you get paid what you're worth. Selling is about education. Can you educate someone that there's a problem that exists in the planet? The answer is yes. Good job. Selling number 2 is about leading. Can you say there's a problem and I solve it? There's a problem and I solve it. Shay, why do you say that? Here's why I want you to write that down. Put this note in your notes. People will pay you today if you help them solve a problem today. So you're in the problem-solving business. That's the only business you're in. And third, selling is about moving people to action. So when I say you're making it about you, I want to first, sometimes, and I get to that, I've been there. I'm a man, okay? So I can't imagine what it's like being a woman. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what I'm going to ask for. And then I tell myself, Shay, it's not about you. It's about the resources you're bringing to the table to make a difference in someone else's life or in their business. And you know what? You're freaking competitive. And you're the best of the best. So it's okay. And I've got to talk to myself. Now, that's number one. The other reason why we don't get what we want. Now, as a woman, I'm not a woman, but I'm just saying, just in general, this is my view of the world. You don't have to have my view of the world, by the way. But since I'm talking, you only have my perspective right now. So that's why they have me here. They want my perspective, not all the answers, but my perspective. And here's the second reason. The first reason was their inner game, their mindset, their belief systems. But the second one is what we call the outer game, and it's what they say. They don't know what they're going to say. So they try to wing it. They try to shoot from the hip. They try to shoot from the lip. They try to be continuously, spontaneously brilliant. And on days they know they're winging it and they know they're not giving their best, all of a sudden their tone goes down. Their voice rate changes. They speed up. You can tell something has shifted in the conversation. Jot this in your notes. It might be the number one idea. And I don't know, I might have dropped 50 nuggets already. But here's another golden nugget just for you. I had to show up at the Kingdompreneur moment. I had to show up with my best, with my A game. Yeah. I only have one game, by the way. It's one of my 12 rules of life. And here it is. Always bring your A game, baby. Always bring your A game. Why is that? Because attitude drives action. Actions drive results, and results drive a lifestyle. So here's the idea I want to give you. Your words will make you rich. Put that down in your notes. You want to know, how do I get paid more? How do I step up my A game? What is something that I can do to communicate? Your words can make you rich. You get better at what you say, when you say it, and how you say it. Shay, where's that teachable moment? Because I didn't forget. I put a pin in it and you said you're going to teach me something. Well, let me teach you something. There's probing statements and there's probing questions. Now, we talked about questions. You don't just ask questions to ask questions, okay? There's probing statements from mama dear, mother dear taught me this, and there's probing questions. A probing statement is when you make a statement. So I believe that you're going to pay me at least what I'm worth. Is that correct? Those are statements. Probing question is, how much are you paying today? I'm kind of curious for this particular position. How much do you, a statement is, I know you paid top dollar for the top producers that get you the results you're looking for at the fastest time possible. Is that correct? Require the least amount of management, that bring the creative ideas to the table, that help you get to where you want to get to. You're probably just looking for a Hall of Fame player on your team. Is that right? It's not the free agency, but I'm just saying, I just want to make sure that I'm in the right environment. It's not about the money, but it's about the meaning that we're going to bring to the world based on the project we're working on. It's not about the income you're going to pay me. It's about the impact that we're about to make up in here, up in here, up in here. Somebody know what I'm talking about. And then I'm done. I'm on a rant, man. I'm on a rant. But they said, Shay, you got a little bit of time. So you break it down. So I'm trying to break it down in a way how I see the world. And behind me, I got something called Mamba mentality. And one of the things that he said all the time, Kobe Bryant, whether you're a basketball fan or not, it doesn't matter. But it comes to one of my 12 rules of life. And I want you to jot this down, and then I'm done. I'm on a rant. I'm done. But put this in your notes. Outwork your potential. Outwork your potential. So if you're going for more money, it's not about you giving more, working hard. You're already underpaid. We get that. And so now the question is, how do we control the controllables? How do we control the controllables? I can control what I say. I control how I say it. I can control my mindset, and I can control my actions. And certainly I can ask for what I'm worth and make the best decisions possible. Now, someone else may have all the answers to how to change society, change this whole barrier that's out there that's been trying to suppress women for 1,000 years. But here's what I know. You're here. You're a difference maker. I know that Doreen is a winner. I know LaDonna is a champion. And I know only champions are watching the Kingdompreneur live right now. I know only winners are tuned in right now. And for you watching, it starts with you and it starts with me. So we're going to control the controllables. Back over to you. Outwork your potential. Outwork your potential. Just outwork your potential. This is your time. This is your moment. Let's do this thing.
This is the Kingdompreneur Moment Live Show. Woo! Glory, hallelujah. Come on, now, somebody. Let's give it up, give it up, give it up for none other. Come on now. We bow down to you. Wow, that is amazing how God has gifted you to break down these what seems unreachable things to make us understand. We're in a language that we can grasp and actually take the key to unlock our bank account. Thank you for being here, Shay. I appreciate you. I appreciate how God has gifted you. The Bible tells us that we are to give honor where honor is due. So we do honor you for being here on this platform. This is the Kingdompreneur Moment Live Show. Hashtag the confident woman. You better drop it in the comment right now, because he is giving us keys to really lift up our head today and shout with the glory of God, letting us know that we are winners. We are more than conquerors through Christ who strengthens us, and we have been positioned in the marketplace for a time such as this, and we ain't got to be broken, disgusted. Come on here, we have now because we ask not, and he is teaching us how to ask. So I thank you for being here. If y'all ain't liking and sharing by now, something wrong. Pinch yourself to make sure you ain't asleep. I don't know how you could possibly be asleep. By now we should be breaking the internet with all this information. So LaDonna, I do want to hear from your perspective.
I'm just blown away. Thank you so much. I have 2.5 pages of notes over here just from everything that he dropped. But like, my perspective on that is what he was saying, like the mindset of how we think about selling. I know for me in the beginning, I'm one of those servant leaders, and so my heart was so connected to serving, and then asking for the sale. I did feel some type of way for it. So I thank you, Shay, for helping not only LaDonna back then, but now only this. I can also give to other people. And everyone that is listening to the show, you gave so much knowledge in a practical way, because that's what we need to be able to use it in our everyday life. Even in our careers as women, when we're going for those contracts, when we're making sure that we're filling out for things that we want, and then the places that we aspire to be. So I thank you for all of this, and even clarifying the probing statements, because most of the time people will make statements, they'll drive around it, but they'll never ask that question. And so now you've given us some language to help us to clarify, to get to the point, to be able to ask for what we desire and what we need, and knowing our worth. That's the biggest thing. But I like when you said about selling, the three things that you gave, all the nuggets that you gave. But when you said about selling is about moving people to action. And most of the time when I'm talking to people, about stuff, I'm talking about leaping into your greatness, like not just taking the information and staying where you are, but motivating you to move. Like, take what you learned, take what you've gotten from this show and from other places, and put it into place, implement it, and move from it. So I've gained so many amazing nuggets from just this talk and helping the kingdom entrepreneurs, because we really need to understand that even though we are strong in our faith, we have to make sure that we are getting paid for the things that we do and the services and the talents that God has given us. So thank you all again for allowing me to be here to get all of this amazing, wonderful knowledge and nuggets.
Now, LaDonna, you're an author as well, a pastor, international speaker, and I'm a faith-based business coach, trainer, and speaker, author, live show host, radio show host, and founder of Divine Connection Network Association. So,
Yes.
Shay, I want you to speak, and we're both coaches, right? Mm-hmm. So when we're coaching, you gave us a very professional question to ask. I love how you said, I believe that you're going to pay me for what I'm worth, mm-hmm. because you understand I'm the best of the best. That's mm-hmm. a very professional way to ask that question as coaches, as speakers, as trainers, and even as authors, because it took me 8 years to write my book. That's a long time. And I'm still wanting to reap my ROI goals. I don't know if I'll ever reach it, because 8 years of working on that book, I know I was being healed from things in my life. But at the end of the day, where's the cash to go along with the 8 years? So when you're talking about these sensitive subjects, and we still want to remain professional, Shay, how would we handle all of that?
Sure. So I think the question was cracking up a little bit, but I think the question that I heard in that, you've been working on the book, and then working on the book, you're still saying, okay, how can we ask the right question to get paid what we're worth? And you like the question that we threw out there earlier about the best of the best, which is a statement from my father, Marshall Brown, by the way. And the answer to your question is, when you're in the conversation, and this is in a short amount of time, I want you to imagine that you're talking to someone and you're worried about the value you're bringing to the table. So I get that. You're thinking, I'm going to offer this product at the end and it's going to be some price point, or I'm offering someone my services to come work for them. And this is what the rate is. And I want to make sure they don't try to undercut me. So I get that. I get that. And so there's some qualifying things you can do early on. There's some questions. Powerful people ask powerful questions, because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get what you focus on. Mm-hmm. You get what you focus on. So let's talk about one of the areas that you can focus in the question. The question you may ask is, what is your greatest need in regards to ... So what is your greatest need in regards to bringing an IT developer onto your team? And what's the greatest need? And then what's the value of that person they're bringing in there? Because, it's the value of the problem that I'm solving. It's never about time. I don't get paid for time. You can't buy my time. I'm not even available. I get paid for results. That's the business we're in. We help folks generate revenue in their business, because entrepreneurs are struggling to attract clients who have the money, or they need a pipeline of leads that could turn into buyers. So when I'm speaking to them, I'm asking, what is your greatest need right now? And when they give that to you, you want to be able to attach some type of value to it. And so you want to follow with maybe another question. So what would it mean to you? Like if it was me and I'm talking to a client, I'd be like, well, what would it mean to you if you could fill your program or you could sell your product, or if you're struggling just to scale, like you were saying, I'm selling books. I would say, well, it's not about the books. Who cares about the books? I'm hearing it's about the money. So if it's about the money, if we threw the book away and we turned that book into a program or did something else, what would that mean to you if you could generate an extra $25,000 a month or whatever the number is? So now you're attaching a value to it, and then you let them attach the value. So what would that mean to you if you had that? What would the value be? In many cases, if you're able to work with me and they're able to attain what they're looking for, and you say, what's the value there? If you had to put a price on it, I'm just curious, what would be the value? In many cases, if you could recoup all your money and you can have the impact you want, most folks are going to say priceless. They're going to say, I can't attach a value to it. Well, the good news is you're not going to pay what it's worth anyway. The good news is that I come and I have a program that we can work with you and we can do it together. And so now it opens it up. Here's the point. Jot this down in your notes. That's another golden nugget. I'm not out of golden nuggets. We got more now. They're bouncing off the ceiling. They're coming through the power of those fiber optic lines right now. They're coming to you right now. But she told me to bring my best stuff. She told me to show up. I told you I only got one game. It's the A game. And here it is. Price. Put this in your notes. Price only matters in the absence of value. Now I'm sharing some techniques. So it's not about you. Don't make this about you. Now, I get it. In some cases, it is about you. I mean, I'm a brown guy. I'm black. I get it. I know I got to be twice as good. I get it. But first, I got to do some things that I can control. Control the controllables. Outwork my potential. How do I get better? Well, when I go there, I know that price only matters in the absence of value. Yeah. So if I say this is the value that I bring to the table, and you say it's priceless, and I say, well, what if we could make that happen? And you're thinking, if you can make that happen in 30 days, that would just be a great. Let's talk about that. And let's talk about the resources that are needed. Let's talk about the expertise that is needed. And let's talk about how that helps you buy back your time, allows you to get somewhere faster working with a team than you would by yourself. Now, obviously, there's some investment. And now you're at a much, much different place. And that's for the entrepreneurs and even for those folks that are out there. And shout out to all the dualpreneurs, man. You're freaking incredible. You get up every day, you go to work, you work at a full-time job, you come home, you work a full-time business, you take care of your families, you pay your taxes, all the single moms out there, the single dads and out there. Shout out to you, man. Because of you, this is all possible. Shout out to you, by the way. You keep doing what you're doing. You keep getting better every single day. When you get a little bit better every day and a little bit better, and you might have thought, oh, I just showed up for another broadcast. It's another Kingdompreneur show. No. This episode will change your life. This show is that powerful. Doreen is that powerful. The ideas I'm sharing with LaDonna are that powerful. Shay, why is that? Break it down and turn it back over to Doreen, which I will in a minute or so, because I don't know how much time we got. But I want to share this idea. I got to give you this because it's one of our core beliefs. It's one of our core beliefs. And this is why I'm so excited. This is why I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad you're watching. I hope you're sharing this message with someone right now. I hope you're paying this message forward. Here's why. It's our core belief. It's what we believe. Jot this down in your notes. And here it is. Today is my January 1st. It's one of our core beliefs that today, in this moment, today is my January 1st. Write that down in your notes. Look right below the video and write those words. Today is my January 1st. And for those folks that don't know what I'm talking about, and Shay, what in the LL Cool J are you talking about? I never heard today is my January 1st. Glad you're here. It doesn't say it's a calendar date. January 1st is any moment that you make a decision, and that decision could forever change the trajectory of your life. So there's probably 1,000 decisions you make throughout the day. Any one of those decisions that you make will change the trajectory of your life. You make a decision right now that you're going to work out. That's January 1st moment. Or you make a decision you're going to watch, I don't know, Netflix or Prime Video or Hulu. January 1st moment. You make a decision you're going to eat hamburgers and French fries with salt, pepper, ketchup, and hot sauce for lunch. That's a January 1st moment. Or you're going to go to the refrigerator and get some kale or get some broccoli. That's a January 1st moment. So Shay, what does it mean? Today is my January 1st. It's a do-over. It's a fresh start. It's my past. My past no longer equals the future. So in this present moment, you make a declaration that today is my January 1st. Happy New Year. You're going to take action. You're going to get better. You're going to outwork your competition. You're going to collaborate because that crushes the competition. You're going to outwork your potential, and you're going to make a difference. And you're going to at least ask. You're going to at least ask for what you're worth by sharing the value that you bring to the table. If you do that, I know for you, you need to put the sunglasses on. The future is bright, and the best is still yet to come. The best is yet to come. Back over you, Doreen. I know we're almost out of time, but today is your January 1st. Happy New Year to everybody watching. I'm excited. I'm so glad you're here at the Kingdompreneur Moment Live Show. This ain't another show. This is not another show. It's not another episode. This is your moment. This is your time. The only question is, are you stepping into it? I'm ready. I'm fired up. I'm pumped up. I couldn't wait to get here. I was here early. I'm ready. The only question is, what you gonna do? It's all on you now. It's all on you. I'll see you on the other side. Peace.
Hashtag I burn boxes. Come on now, y'all better drop it in the comments right now. Hashtag I burn boxes. He burnt that box, honey. He took you out of that box of wrong thinking. He took you out that box of fear. He just burnt that thing now. Come on here now. Woo! Glory. Wow. This is the Kingdompreneur Moment Live Show. Hashtag the confident woman. You better drop it in the comment. It's lit up in here. It's fire up in here. And if this don't change your life, honey, I don't know what else can. Woo!
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Fire, LaDonna. Now, LaDonna, you have been in business a while yourself. We are both authors. We are both coaches. We do different things, but we have a commonality.
Yes.
I want to get your feedback, and I want to get Shay's feedback. When you are on a call, they schedule the call with you. You're doing your discovery call. The call is going wonderful. The person says, yes, I'm going to become a member because the Divine Condition Network Association, we operate by membership. Or they say to me, yes, I want to coach with you. You're phenomenal. My life is going to change. All of these things, you probably have encountered this. And so, number one, they don't follow up with you like they say. And then when you follow up with them, you take your time to follow up with them. Then it's a different, like a 180 went around there. They just like, no, I'm busy right now. I'm gonna do it next month. I'm gonna do it in 3 months. And so it's like a different person is talking. So we've done everything what Shay is saying, and we've told, they know the value we bring, obviously, because that's why they want to talk to us. How do you handle that, LaDonna?
So that's a good question. And I've, in the very early beginning of becoming a life coach and even just, selling books or different programs, what I had to understand is that person, even though they were a part of the hype, they were not probably a best suit for what I was doing, for the program, the product, anything that I was doing or what I was talking to them about, because what you were given and the value that you were going to give to them, it still is great, but there is another person that's out there that is for. So what I had to learn how not to do is to get hung up on the people who did not want to commit, because I knew that there were people out there waiting on that same program, waiting on that same book, and also or waiting on me to show up to be able to present it to them. And so I had to learn that even though that person was not probably my ideal client or the ideal person to receive the program and the services that I had. And so I had to learn that, because most time my heart was like, well, I knew that I had served it. I knew that I gave the value, but I just had to understand that they weren't the ideal person for that program.
Okay. So Shay, are we right in thinking that, or what's your thoughts? Help us understand.
So the question I heard was asked was very clear. What do we do in a situation at the end where the person feels like they're going to do it, sounds like it was good, and then they don't take action? Okay. One of the things that we teach is the signature selling styles. And signature selling styles is how you sell based on your DNA, based on your experience, based on your expertise. It's a whole survey that they can take. It's like a 3 or 4 or 5 questions. There's 7 different unique signature selling styles, and those signature selling styles have their own way of closing at the end, right? So some folks, which I'm hearing on here, sound like both of you may be the heart-centered selling style, where you're basically like me, you're selling from the heart. You're not trying to convince nobody, not trying to persuade anybody. It's like, look, it is what it is. You want in, great. If not, it ain't no big deal. And there's some other things that we need to do in that situation, which I'm going to share. Others of them listening right there, they might have the intuitive signature selling style, where they close based on intuition, and they're going their gut feeling. So they're going to say different things. And others out there, they're like what I call the rock star signature selling style. You think of a Tony Robbins or Eric Thomas, if I name guys, I'll say it like that. They're like, look at me. I'm doing it. So I'm telling you what to do. I just did it. You don't want to do it. There's a problem. That's not my style, but it does work. Others, I'm going to give one more. I can't give all 7 in the time I have, obviously, is the professor signature selling style. Now, some of these might be you might be a combination. That means I done taught them everything. I done told them the problem, showed them how I fixed it, by the way, and I done taught them everything. And I'm like, I can do this for you. And okay, get back to me, shorty, get back to me. And you're like, wow. So let me go ahead and answer the question. Here's the question. What do I do when I'm stuck right at the end of the presentation? Number 1, don't become concerned when a natural part of the selling process happens. A natural part of the selling process is you get to the end, you ask the person would they like to take a step, they say they want to think about it or they don't do it, and then you got to follow up with them. That's just a natural part of the selling process, and they go away. So don't become concerned. Typically, probably only about 3, if you're good, out of every 10 people you talk to anyway, are going to say yes on the spot. And that's if you're good. And most of you, selling is not what you had any training on, so you're winging it anyway. So you're doing really, really good. So I wouldn't be concerned at all. But let's get back to what we can do, because the whole foundation of this conversation was asking questions, outworking our potential, controlling the controllables, doing what we can do. So we got all the way back to questions. So you get to the end, and this goes back to one of my 12 rules of life, which is get better every single day. We get a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. The reason you keep tuning into Kingdompreneur is that you get a little bit better and you get a little bit better and you get a little bit better. Okay. So you're going to get a little bit better. It's not your fault. What I'm about to teach you, a little neuro-linguistic sales, you had no idea. So it's not your fault. Congratulations. Today is your January 1st. Got to feel good. Happy New Year to you, by the way. So what you can do when you get to the end, because you're going to get a little bit better, is they say, I'm all in. Sounds great. You and me, we're in this. If you can talk to them, they'd be like, yes. And then you're not sure. You might ask a question. Powerful people. I know I keep saying the same thing. I sound like a broken record, but I got to say it. Powerful people ask powerful questions because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get what you focus on. So I'm getting to the end. Why would I worry? Now, these are objection handling techniques, but why would I worry? I'm teaching some advanced stuff now. I might say, well, let me ask a question. Sure. If you were to do it, why would you do it now? And then I'm silent. Like, if you were to do it, like, why would you even do it? Like now. Like, and I'm silent. If I ask for the order and they're thinking, well, let me ask you on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 meaning you're not going to do this thing, 10 meaning you're all in. What level are you right now? If there's anything below a 7 or below, you got some problems. And it's okay. And I'm okay with that. We're not for everybody. I'm not everyone's assignment. Some of you listen to me right now say he talks too fast. Some of you say he yells too much. It doesn't matter. I can only do me. I'm not for everybody. That's why I got one wife. I'm not for everybody. I'm 5, 6.5, baby. I'm still married, 2 kids, 5, 6.5. I'm cool. I'm good. She tells them I'm a giant, by the way. I just want to let y'all know that for everybody watching out there. All right. Okay, Kevin Hart made a short guys cool again. Talk to me. Okay, now back to what I got to talk about, our regularly scheduled program here. I got to get back to our regularly scheduled program. And so you get to the end, and now you ask them, how do you feel about moving forward? And they say, I got to think about it. You might ask a question. Is that your only concern? You got to think about it. Is that your only concern? Other than you want to spend some time praying about it, are there any other concerns that you have? No, I just want to pray about it. All right, well, you prayed before I got here. The answer's here. All right, the answer's here. So let's talk about the worst case scenario. If you to take a step with my company right now, what's the worst case scenario? I don't know what your policy is. Mine is if you're not happy, we'll give your freaking money back. That's the worst case scenario. You took a step, you weren't happy, here's your money. Now you gotta do your part. Best case scenario, you take a step. You were trying to get to $25,000 a month, $100,000 a month. You're trying to fill your programs, sell your products. You were struggling really to attract clients. You didn't have a pipeline of qualified leads. You had a problem. We brought a sales team that you never had on your business, and you generate, I don't know what the number is, who doesn't matter, $25,000 a month for the rest of your life, over and beyond whatever you're earning in right now. That's the best case scenario. So let me ask you again. If you were to do this, why would you do it now? And so you're not trying to convince them. What I want you to do is I want you to have a banter back and forth. I want you to understand at the end, it's a natural part of the selling process. A natural part of the selling process at the end, they're going to have some questions. And it's okay. It's okay to do that. Some things you could have did early on. Now, I don't have time to break down the sales process, but let's say you didn't do any of that stuff. You just got to the end. If I'm standing on a corner, I'm married now, and I just say, and I'm at the metro stop and asking every woman that comes across, would you like to go home? Would you like to go home? Would you like to get home? Would you like to go home with me? They're probably going to say no. There might be one that says, I don't know. And so maybe right now you're trying to play the law of averages. And so we can improve those averages by improving ourselves. Remember, I started off this conversation with a quote. I can't remember who said it, but in order for things to change, you got to change. Mm-hmm. I started off earlier talking about control the controllables, control yourself. So that's the answer to your question. The answer to your question is we're going to get better, a little bit better every single day at what we say, when we say it, and how we say it. You're not going to shout on this, okay? You're not going to jump up and down and say, woo, Shay, that was good. But I told you something earlier that's probably for many of you, it's a $50,000 idea over and beyond whatever you're earning now or the rest of your career. If you get just this one idea, I can't promise anything, but if my head was on a chopping block, I would say you do this and you're going to earn at least $50,000 over and beyond whatever you're going to earn. And here it is. Your words will make you rich. Mm-hmm. You get better at what you say, when you say it, and how you say it. The magic's going to happen by itself. Okay, I got to go. I'm out of time. But back over you. This is your time. Sorry, but I got on a rant. I got excited because now we're walking down the street of you changing your life, impacting your family, impacting your community, and doing what I love to do. And I'm done. Love what I love to do, which is focus on my health first. It takes some revenue to do that, by the way. Focusing on my happiness. It takes some revenue to do that, by the way. And then focus on building wealth so I can continue to pass that on to the next generation. It takes some revenue. I got to go solve some problems and get paid. All right. The rest of y'all serve the world. We'll fund the world. I love writing checks. Someone asked me before this call. Right. I love doing that. So you keep doing what you're doing. Nonprofit doesn't mean no profit. That's for all my nonprofit folks out there. I got to go. Back over to you. They'll probably have me back. I'm trying to give them enough, but they say, Shay, we got to have you back. Don't worry. I'm working hard. I'm bringing my A game. We're doing a good job. Just give me a thumbs up. We're doing a good job. Okay, I'm out of here. Back over to you.
Hashtag I burn boxes. Come on now, ladies. Y'all better drop it in the comment. Miss Evangeline, she's still here. She said, start today, Shay. She said, when you was talking about that January 1st is today, she said that she's starting today. So, and then she was like, amazing, better. We can get better and better every day. So, LaDonna and Shay, I really appreciate y'all being here today. Of course, this is going to be streaming to the world. Make sure you like, share, and comment to your friends. Make sure you just take a moment and unlock what's inside you. Truly, it's a divine connection to have Shay here today on Women's History Month. And then just yesterday, we were acknowledged that we were not making the same. And today is a new day where we learned more information on how I can work on myself in my business. LaDonna's here where she can work on herself and her business. And then Shay, we're going to give you the praise report and let you know, because of the lessons you taught us today, God showed up and he moved on our behalf, because now we have insight on things we probably didn't even think about. So this is amazing. This is the Kingdompreneur Moment Live Show, and obviously it's a special edition. We did go a little over, but guess what? This was worth it because it literally changed our lives. We got keys to unlock what's on the inside of you, current and future female Kingdompreneurs. So make sure you like, share, and comment. Thank you, Shay, for being here. Thank you, LaDonna, for being here. I look forward to working with both of you. I love to build, so let's go out there and build. Y'all have a blessed one. And thank you for watching the Kingdompreneur Moment Live Show today. I'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.